Loaded. Okie doke. So we're back in Earthen Peak. Still working on that. Let's see, last time I was debating... Let's see, first off, let's go get that lizard. See if we can get it, since I missed it the first time. That is just luring these guys down and running around them. Don't have to worry about killing them this time. See if I can just get a lock on. How about that? Let's see if we'll... I see, just runs off each time. It's not working. Whatever. It's some kind of stone. I can't remember what kind in particular. I want to say it's like pale stone is in there, which I always get it mixed up with faith stone. Pale stone removes weapon buffs. Faith stone... Faith stone does, yeah. There's a little pause in the recording there, I'm curious. I'll have to check that out when I get back in and see if I need to cut out some stuff. Sorry, never mind that. Faith stone will do magic imbue, which is pretty important if you're a magic character and that's your thing. It's weird though, because you can get that mixed up with the other magic enchanting that you can do. But like mages have two options this time around. There's the Faith Stone enchantment, and then there's just like enchanted stones, which lower scaling than Faith Stone, but instead of applying magical damage, it applies more physical damage that scales off of int in the same fashion. So, from what I can tell, you're getting lower damage, but if for some reason you need it all to do physical, that would be your method of doing things. Seems kind of like a waste to me, I guess, but if you, I don't know, around PvP, I guess if you want to get it past people's totally magic shields, that would be an option. So yeah, since we are Faith Spect, we'll go ahead and enter this covenant with the option, hopefully, of, I guess, getting... I know there are miracles you can get by getting these sunlight metals in here. There's supposed to be a really good like balance for the sun sword. It's like double B scaling, which is pretty nice. Apparently has a really good moveset as well. I've yet to get it, but it's something I've been thinking about. Either making a character to build around or something. Like, it seemed like a really good quality weapon. I'm also interested in doing a mundane build at some point. That seems like a very sort of jack-of-all-trades build that has never been like put out as an option, I guess, in other Souls games. So that's cool. The fact that you're going to at least have to have some spell slots anyway suggests that you find some utility spells you want to use, or spice a bunch of spells that you want to use. As well as getting some sort of weird quality weapon balance stuff. I should have just range pulled that guy. Was not the smartest thing of me to do right there. I also need to save some spell charges for this next boss up here. Because he can either be tricky, or he can be like the easiest boss in the game. And maybe even tricky is an overstatement. He's pretty easy, no matter how you dice it. But he could be made even easier. I am definitely sort of going down like a path of least resistance this time around for this game, so and I will be the first to admit it. Interesting to note, these guys also have dark signs on their back, which is, I guess, kind of easy to miss if you just fight them from the front. But yeah, those are definitely the same sort of thing that you'll see on your character. I mentioned this in one of the earlier playthroughs, that you can see, I guess when you're human, you can't see the dark sign. It's only when you start going hollow that you get it. Oh, I got the ironclad armor. Cool. Anyways, back to it. There is an Estus Shard flask. I've never gone down in that cage there. It seems like a pretty tough jump or roll. I might try that at some point. There's a Estus Shard Flask, I was saying, you can get down there. But I think I'm going to elect to kill the boss first before I go get it, because you pretty much have to poison yourself to do it. These guys also drop shards. It's a good place to get them if you need them. Honestly, like, shards in the early game can be kind of tricky to come around. Like, you saw I had a large supply there, but there are very reliable ways in the early game to get all of the large shards you need, all of the chunks you need, but small shards, to get unlimited amounts of those don't, that option doesn't really unlock until about near the mid or end game. That's me being lazy. I want to save the moss. I'll just use a life gem. Let's see. I don't even know if it was worth. Oh, he broke the chest. I can't remember if that was like a lockstone or like a torch or something. That might have been either really good or just really useless. I feel like it must have been a torch. It's whatever. There's nobody here. Actually, let me go pull up my summon sign real quick. See if I can get somebody in. I am the only one I ever see use this technique. Granted, I did not discover it myself. Definitely saw it off of watching, I think it was either EMB or it was a German spy, watching them do it, and so now I just sort of, I guess, quote, like, kind of spread the gospel more or less of ways to take out this boss. Although I have had people sort of, it is easy to sabotage this method, let's put it like that. As soon as you get in, got to use your bow. If you're using a crossbow, you need to use heavy bolts. This guy seems like he's hitting the boss. Or use magic and get these jugs broken. Jabba the Hutt here will go straight for them as opposed to you. When he's eating, he takes reduced damage, but otherwise he just does not focus on you at all. And that is a large amount of time to get some free damage off. This is me not using the dual wield. There we go. And this guy is pretty smart as a spellcaster. Just stand back hitting the boss. But yeah, I can remember one time I got some help, and guy just managed to take down each of these undead as I like knocked him down, and like I just wanted to shout, "Hey, don't do that!" But I don't have voice chat to do that. And I could be mistaken. I'm pretty sure you need the Ring of Whispers in order to actually hear somebody who's voice chatting, but at least that is what I've heard. It doesn't really quite make sense considering the ring says you listen to enemies. So yeah, good on you. Once again, I got a lot of souls I should be spending. I'm not. It's weird. I watch, like I said, other streamers do Dark Souls, and I always see them have reserves of souls, and I'm like, you should go spend those. And now I'm doing it myself.
You haven't changed a bit, have you? The longer I am here, the more madness I discover. A wretched place indeed, but not without traces of its former glory. What could have caused such degradation? Ah, yes, I have not thanked you for humoring me the other day. This is for you. Of course, I have no idea what it is.
Maybe if she knew what that did, she wouldn't be so worried about hollowing, but I digress.
Constantly at war. There is only one way up in Mirror. Join the Order and prove yourself in battle. My family had little fortune and no name. I had to carve out a piece of the world for myself, with two things: my sword and my loyalty to my lord. I was raised to wield a sword from birth. Life was hard, but I never gave it a second thought. I had swift success on the battlefield, and quickly attained respectable stature. And then I came here to... Have you heard of the
It's that
undead?
curse messing with the memory again.
These poor souls affected by the curse. An undead gradually...
I guess she hasn't revealed herself to be undead yet.
...degrade completely. Finally, he turns hollow and preys upon others. And a hollow can never be human again. One can skirt this wicked fate only with the help of the souls found here. Assuming, of course, that the legends are true. I can only hope that they are.
Ah, there we go. It's like the only time you get to see Lucatiel's face, and as you can see, she is starting to hollow herself, though it's interesting to note that she seems to be doing this in a different process than most people going hollow. Instead of just turning completely undead, we have a small patch of her face, as if it is the start of something that's even more gradual than just the first death, as maybe she has not even died yet. So that's notable there, and it explains why she's hiding her face with the mask. So yeah, Lucatiel's got a few interesting facets.
My fate. I suppose I've grown weary these days.
Anyways, I think that's about it right there. Light this bonfire. Rest at it, see if she moves. Yes, she does. Then we'll go back to Majula and spend some of them souls. I think I might be able to get up to 30 faith now. It is interesting. I guess not interesting, but it's worth noting that despite me using double maces, I am not, like, they're not getting any kind of benefit from me increasing my faith. And the other thing is, I assume that most people in Drang Lake are undead, unless a special case otherwise. Like, Emerald Herald, for example, I don't assume to be undead, just because of her function of leveling you up. But otherwise, yeah, until they say they're special, assume them to be dead. I'm not saying that Drang Lake is purgatory, but it just seems to be the thing that draws in everybody. Is if you're undead, this is the place to be, because get some souls, and that saves you from going undead faster. I also keep seeing people have ridiculous amounts of vigor, so I might as well start putting some there. I don't ever... Like, 20 I think is usually what I cap at, but I always see people PvP videos have 50. Anyways, I should be able to go to... Not Lucatiel. Lycia? I think that's her... God, I have too many L names or whatever. Get that Faith hood.
Just speak up if you're in need of miracles. That's why I'm here, after all. You deserve to have these, for your faith has truly deepened. Go on and seek greater
There we go.
miracles. With your faith, you deserve no less. No need for miracles.
So yeah, this is one way to get her set. Increased number of casts for each spell. Well, that's nice. Hexer Hood also does the same sort of thing, but I believe has different stat requirements. That doesn't look too bad, actually, with the Knight Armor overlapping. What am I at in terms of weight? I got a little bit extra. There, I could put on the old... Yeah, there we go. Go Turtle. I don't believe any other piece of her set does the same thing, but it has a faith requirement still. Goofy thing, yeah, you can see that some of it will flap around in the wind. Do we have anything heavier? Like, I like the Knight Armor a lot, if only because it has higher poise than the Elite set, and a little bit less weight, though it does cost you some defense.
Oh, I was hoping that you would come.
We got over
I've
here.
stocked some new things, and I thought that you might be interested. They've been selling rather well, and I may step up operations soon. I'm surprising even myself, to be honest.
So, let's see, we could get this. It does have some higher defense. might be worth it. Just to fill in that weight a little bit, and I might go... I don't have enough of that great shield quite yet. Let's spend some points. Let's spend some souls. How about that? We can use this, and these, and these. What we'll do is we'll get the Elite Knight along with the Twin Dragon Great Shield. I don't know if that's going to be too much weight. Let's see. And get some strength to do it as well. Get that. And Twin Dragon that's going to put me overweight. Well, we can always get the...
Thanks very much.
Silver Eagle Kite Shield. It has a little bit more durability than what we're messing with right now, and I believe... Does it have more stability? Let's see... Is that 50 stability right there, or is that durability? Yeah. So, stability is another rating that some players often overlook. That means that you're going to get less drain from stamina. Yeah. I still like the look of the original Knight armor. How about we just... I don't feel bad about spending these souls because it'll unlock some more armor down the line as well. I do, however, like the Elite Knight leggings. There we go. Oh, I guess this is what's actually given us so much of the... there we go. That explains it. So instead, we can just get a little bit more miracle attack power. So we'll just put a little bit into our carry weight to be able to do this. Yeah. Should be enough for 1, maybe 2 points. Come on, chatty. Let's see. Vitality is what I want. Sorry. Right on the money. But it's still a fat roll. This game lies to me. And that's .2. Well, we'll get some stuff later, and then I can put on those Elite Knight leggings. Anyways, back to... Not the mines. I'm gonna go to Lower Earthen Peak. Now this is where the fun starts. It's not too terrible. Oh, I did just realize though, since I am part of Warriors of Sun, that means, or the Heirs of Sun, if I get summoned using a regular stone, I'm not going to get a token of fidelity, but instead I'm going to get sunlight metals. And I need at least 1 token of fidelity if I'm going to unlock the those bolt stones that I'm going to want to buy eventually. So, easy. So I might just abandon the Covenant at some point, but that's an option, or just joining a different Covenant. Like Bellkeepers. Bellkeepers. A lot of sort of controversy behind that. If you join the Bellkeepers, you definitely get summoned in more often than any other Covenant I can think of. So the reason I actually did that was so I can put down a summon sign. Which is cool if you want to fight players, but the odds are almost never even as a Bellkeeper. Bellkeepers have the overwhelming advantage for the areas they get summoned into. More often than not, it is new players that are just wandering around aimlessly, go into this Belfry Sol or Belfry Luna, and then will either get destroyed by the Phantoms, giving a free chunk, or ganged up by the Phantoms and the Bellkeeper summon. Or 2, if they manage to just stick around and wait for a while, and even if the regular Bellkeeper is like, hey, let's, just have a regular good old duel. The other one may not follow that same sort of line of thinking, so it's hard to get an even fight there. But for the people that are part of the Bellkeeper's Covenant, it is a great and easy way to get your hands on some Titanite chunks if you need them. When I was talking before about resources and Titanite shards, like, the way you get chunks in that Covenant just makes chunks like some of the easiest resources to get in the game, which is notable. Man, this guy is not letting up. Let's see. Okay, now I should be able to get around, or maybe not. Ouch. There we go. I should really just use my flask before I use my gems. Mannequin top. That thing is actually alright in terms of, like, defense to weight ratio. It is a shame, though, and I'm sure everybody has said this, that the mannequin hat does not look anything like the mannequin hat from the trailer. Pre-order canceled. Best off to just lure this guy. They can be tough to fight. Love to play defensively. And they're even worse when having to deal with those poison mannequins. But you get behind them. Sometimes you get a backstab, I swear. Like, the backstabbing window is so tight compared to other Souls games, which is fine. It's good for PvP. There's less complaints about, like, lag backstabs now, and part of that is, like, dedicated servers, but also just because the window is so much smaller. Let's see, mannequins. There are 2. So, prep a cast and get 1 or 2, or get poisoned. Get yourself some mannequin sabers too if you want. Or just get straight up killed by the mannequins. There you go. Yeah. I should have just led with a lightning bolt instead. That was silly of me. Yeah, let's go back and put it down. Like, and this is just, it is so easy to put your sign down and get summoned, and that fight is so easy, you might as well do it. Best case scenario, you're like halfway through doing that, you get your, supplies replenished for participating in jolly cooperation, so there's no reason not to. Should try more of just the dual wielding. Is that a slab? I'm gonna go back and check that footage. Seems unlikely, but there you go. Now they have I wonder if dual wielding gives you the poise damage of both weapons, because if that's the case, that is probably the reason why the double maces are so good, because it's so much poise damage, because that's like the advantage that I always forget to list. Like, yeah, these things deal 30 poise damage, club deals 25, homunculus mace deals 25, so you get, in terms of like quick low weight mace weapons, this is where it's at right here in terms of stun locking people. What other thing? I might as well lose that, put that there, get a few more souls, because thing's broken. Mannequins, though, they like to poison, so might as well use the shield. I'm just gonna get the entire set before the day's over. That's one way to get their attention. And then, let's get this guy. Come on through here. So we're gonna try dual wielding more, right? That, I don't know about all that, the backhand. But sure, Dark Souls, if that's what you say, who am I to Is this a fake message for illusionary wall? I don't think this is an illusionary wall. A lot of troll messages like that. It looks like it would be, doesn't it? Okay. Oh, yeah, there we go. Got my catalyst arm mixed up. I do need some more, just like, stamina so I can continue comboing. These guys will Estus Flask if you let them get away, so keep that in mind. That's right, I'm a sunbro. And this person has no pants. I wonder if this person is waiting for another summon, or just healing. Let's see. There's one. There's one. I'm surprised they can survive the fall. I should really watch my charges. But yeah, there you go. Easy, almost 4K souls, I guess, because of that ring, and get all my resources back, so even though I'm not even that far in. No way, I'm not going to praise the sun. Okay, so mannequins, round 2. This time we're going to try. Where's my... Oh, right, no patch of souls because I had the ring on. Okay, 1 should not be a problem. There are quite a few treasures around here that are definitely worth getting, but I am going to sort of speed run through and miss, I guess, some of these. Though it is very easy just to spend lots and lots of time here. Go ahead and light this bonfire. Get a torch as well. Yeah, I did not know about this my first time through. When I was boss summoning, when I was doing the boss here, when getting a phantom, a summon managed to lead me all the way back here, and did their damnedest to show me fire on the ground. There are no messages here. If there was, I would totally rate 1, because like this, there is no implication at all that this is what you need to do, which is rough, honestly. Mannequin to the left. There we go. And there's another one that's kind of a little bit hidden. If you're observant, it should pop out. I was always... Like, Gilligan would appear at the village and I had no idea.
I'm on the run. Don't give me away. You're a
Egypt.
fugitive too, eh? Yeah. Why else would you be here? It's got death written all over it. You want to climb down here? I can lend you a ladder. But, how much can you offer me? Why, yep. I'm trying to help you, you know. Have you no gratitude? Downright rude, really. I've got a soft heart, so I let you off. This once. All right.
He's pretty great.
Go on ahead.
I'm just gonna skip him putting down a ladder, though. It's just him putting down a ladder. Yeah, this is like a ferrous lockstone, pretty easy to get, and, you know, for 2,000 souls, that's a steal. You could probably get down, and Twinkling Titanite, I totally forgot about that too. You could probably get down here with the Silver Cat ring and maybe some of the line stuff, but you wouldn't be able to get back up, so yeah. You can talk to him a little bit more, get some lore about this place, about Queen Mithra and such, and he will also just move back to town. I'm pretty sure as soon as the boss is dead. And some spice. Yeah, most people probably find that rail breaking when they're in a fight the first time, as being the thing that sort of reveals that, hey, there might be some more stuff there. Let's see. Good old trap ground right there. And don't see enough of those. Easiest backstab in the world. God, yeah, 3 poison daggers. That's nice. And the Shameful Mannequin Mask. In all honesty, this place probably has too many bonfires. Desert sorceresses are, I'm not going to say fun, they can be surprisingly deadly if you're not careful. This guy here, normally this guy will just fall through the grates here and get himself poisoned. Sorceresses, you want to either handle it at range or rush them, but they have a pretty good chance of just also straight up killing you. They deal huge amounts of fire damage. So sniping them is another good bet here. This guy would just get out of my way. There we go. So strong. We'll deal with that there to... Sometimes I just like to jump across, but this, once again, this guy is not wanting to get down. This is kind of risky, but we'll give it a go. Because, hey, why not? There we go. A lot of people like to farm the sorcerers here, mainly for their tops. Headpiece is one I like a lot. They will also drop things like a Lingering Dragon Crest Ring +1, so if you're big into weapon buffs, you can get one of those without having to go through stuff with Strayed. I think this is kind of... Oh, shit. Crossbow. Whew. Close one. Ah, Lockstone. Okay. So that must mean the other one was the torch. There should be another Gravekeeper down here. Fortunately, their silverback spears always have magic on them, so they're gonna penetrate most shields. Unfortunately, most of the stuff they drop is pretty trash. Yeah, first let's go talk to Pate.
We went through
We should get his stuff now.
Take this as a token of our friendship. Don't be shy. They were meant for you.
There you go.
Well, we meet
Kind
again.
of odd.
There's treasure this way, but I have a bad feeling about it. I don't quite have the guts myself.
So the treasure he's talking about, at first I thought it was what the Desert Sorceress is guarding there, because he implies that you need to make a jump. And it's not that hard to make the jump there. Making the jump back, on the other hand, is pretty difficult. As I recall, just like the items themselves are not really worth much, but that is not the treasure he's talking about. He is actually talking about what's on the other side of this door here, which is locked from the other side. But yeah, you can get... Is this a lightning spear? Or is that one more level below? That's a great and heavy soul arrow. But once you get that, That's the second trigger for Pate's quest line. It's either that or it's just opening this door here, because you can talk to him and he'll...
Perhaps you're more rugged than I thought. In any case, the treasure is yours, since you went ahead, took the leap. I prefer a more cautious approach. It's hard to know who to even trust these days. For instance, I've heard that a man is out for my life. Now, what misunderstanding could have ever led to that? The poor bloke must have quite an imagination. You be careful too, my friend. For trust can be a dangerous thing.
So yeah, like this second time around, it doesn't seem like Pate is actually involved necessarily with trying to kill you, more or less. It's kind of hard to set this up as a trap, whereas it's very easy to read the first encounter with him as being a trap, with the portcullis closing behind you after that. You start reading some of Pate's stuff, however, it will mention that they're replicas, they're fakes, they're false, that and that there is like more to him than is initially shown on the surface. So yeah, Pate doesn't seem like a super trustworthy fellow at all. Let's see. We go down one more level. Can't remember what this is. Pike. Man, it takes you a long time to get one of those. Is there any way back up? Yes, there is. But that's the second part for getting done with the Crichton and Pate stuff. When you start, there's equal evidence, though, that Crichton is also sort of a liar and a madman. I never went actually and got back Kale, the cartographer, but he'll mention a crazed knight from his homeland, which I believe is also Mira. And that may not even been Crichton. There are other theories that Crichton is actually just impersonating a knight, and that may not actually be his name. So, sort of like pick your poison in terms of who do you think is more evil of the two. Yeah, let's go get the next bonfire. This is probably a little bit unnecessary, but I don't feel like it's poisoned. Another easy one to miss. So yeah, if you need magic resist for something, there you go. This is my favorite spot for farming sorceresses if you need something that they drop, mainly because you don't even have to do that much, other than be able to aim. They do not have the highest of poison resists. You can just let them do the rest there. These next two can be a bit tricky. You want to go in and out to get the Grave Warden to come out, because you do not want to fight the Grave Warden next to the Desert Sorceresses. That is a bad idea. Now, let's just get hit. I am all backstabs today. And yeah, even like fighting the sorceresses here is rough. That like toss right there of magic is very counter to how you normally, oh wow, I've not seen her actually come down off that platform before, how you normally play against mages. Most of the time you want to dodge roll side to side, but with that you definitely want to dodge roll forward, so because of the horizontal coverage, which is it's interesting. It's kind of too bad that, to my knowledge, that spell is not available to the player in any form. Okay, I also have enough. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to probably use some daggers, because I want to get rid of those poison pots. Do I have? feel like I know I bought at least 10 daggers. I've got some. There we go. Like, they'll come to me. That's not the problem. Getting rid of these pots, though. At least a few of them to get in the... Oh, whoa. That was careful. Was almost too close there. There we go. Yeah. You do your thing, you gotta. So, with these maces, should be enough to deal with this. This is probably the first mimic that will get most people. Ah, got me from the side. And it's pretty bad too, just because like the animation is so slow when you're opening them. You get chomped and you just like, there's nothing I can do. I'm pretty sure this is healing water, and it can be kind of useful when dealing with the queen and going through the poison. I might just be crazy. Ah, the sickle guy. Oh, I wish I had saved some of my sorceries because he's got that sickle and it will go through shields. So, but I also have an alright fighting arena to deal with him. That's not what I meant to do. Height elevation, though, will give me some time to deal with him. Man, that deals a lot of poison damage. This is kind of gonna play real risky here, but... Oh god, oh god. Seems like opening up with a small slash to begin with might be better for combos. Decent amount of souls there. Up here, we've got 2 hidden doors. Get that to trade him for the crows. And then here is the bonfire, which is ridiculously close to the boss room. So we'll go ahead and respawn the enemies. Probably should spend the souls, but let's see what who we can muster for help here. Hop out. Oh, that's right. The jars are not respawn. Okay. Well, we'll see. Ah, that stagger animation. Oh, going for that Estus. At the very least, we can get Jester Thomas, who can pretty much completely trounce Mythia. One more bit of help will also make the fight, like, super easy. Ugh. Jars made it so much easier to deal with the sorceresses. Ugh. But yeah, see right there, you get like half your health just gone. They are pretty susceptible to melee though, if you can get in range without them blowing you up. No poise at all to speak of. Go ahead and pull one of these guys. So you don't have to fight them both at the same time. We'll go ahead and get Jester Thomas out here. Guy is just made of awesome pyromancy. Would love to know more about him. Sometimes this is a popular place for summon signs to be put down. Doesn't look like I'm getting any though, which is fine. We're just gonna go with Jester, and hopefully lightning spears will be enough. she's got quite a few nasty moves that can really like dismantle you if you're not careful, but she's not terrible. If you're doing multiple people, it's suggested you have one defend, get her attention, and then somebody else just throw sorceries and pyromancies. As you can see, Jester Thomas is just tanking it like a pro. Sometimes she'll throw her head too, which a lot of knockback, a lot of magic damage. Keep that in mind. And the way that she moves can also make it difficult to hit with range attacks sometimes. Although we're doing just fine. Jester Thomas, like a pro. And yeah, no problemo. See how we're doing for time here. I got a little bit of time. Maybe I might rush to go get that ember. He looks alright. Somebody I like cobbled together super quick. I would feel safer about going to get it if the Ring of Life Protection was done. Was like still on there because I want to keep my human form. I want to keep my souls. You know, why not? So we go to a bonfire up here early, and go back to Majula real quick, get that repaired, spend some points. And then we'll round out with getting the dull ember. Get this fixed here. Definitely, like, has been criticized as just sort of a way of getting around things. I mean, it is sort of essentially costing you two effigies per death in a way, but it is essentially infinite, so make of it what you will.
You found your way out too. The name's Gilligan. Don't make me say it twice. All right. What do you want? I have everything you need. You want to go down? Fine.
Get that gesture. Get that ladder.
Well, I get such a warm. Hey, this door. Hi.
He's talking about his ladder. Yeah. They don't really need any rings yet. Kind of happy with where my faith is at the moment. I think I'm doing alright damage with it. I probably will eventually max that out to 40. Get another attunement slot for 3, and then I talked about getting some more stamina. Put some more into adaptability later. And now I can attune to get more bolts. Start leaning on these a little bit more. Yeah, Iron Keep. I like the first section of it. The second one, maybe not so much. EMB has noted it as being a pretty good farming spot, and I tend to agree with him, if only because when you're in the Bellkeeper Covenant, if you want to get summoned to Belfry Soul, like, this is the perfect place to just kill some dudes while you wait to get summoned. The gear that these guys drop is pretty nice if you like to wear heavy armor. If you want that black steel katana, which is heavy, does not seem to have much extra durability, but looks cool, I guess. And I use the Uchigatana myself a lot on dex builds, but that's just me. Shame that the washing pole is so far in the end game. Shame in general, just like that the katanas, their durability is just so low. But I guess it's part of their characteristics, and it's just so much more noticeable with the rate at which things lose their durability. Oh, I should have saved some souls, and then I could have gotten the gold circuit ring +1 up here. Not that I can think of any item right now that I need to farm, per se. I'm trying to remember how much his Branch of Yore cost. Whatever, we might as well. We are not hurting for souls right here, so we might as well go ahead and get the item he's talking about. I am not going to use the last giant's weapon, so might as well eat that too.
What? Who are you? Who, me? I'm Macarold. Who else? What? Have a look at my wares.
Notable that this guy is where you get your incense done, as long as you have the items themselves. I'm not entirely sure of the point, honestly, of incense, other than maybe to make utility spells cheaper. Because, I mean, enough right there? Almost. The fact that you make spells, like, easier to equip, yeah, that's one thing, but their scaling goes down, and they're gonna just do less than would be if you met the stat requirement.
Here, you should like these. Very well.
There are some spells, however, that don't scale off of any kind of stat, like, pretty sure Immolation, Iron Flesh, that kind of stuff, Light. So if you wanted to make the stat requirements cheaper for a build that was not investing any points in it and wanted to use it for, like I said, mainly utility purposes, I kind of see the point of that. It is expensive to do, and you need a lot to bring down stat requirements for some very expensive spells. And then, you know, there's some stuff that, like, I know there is a bolt spell for Faith that is like a 65 requirement, which is obscenely high, and I could maybe see bringing that down to 50, even if that lowers the scaling. It is a, like, I don't know, I feel like there must be a more elegant solution to what the incense system is trying to allow for. But I digress. Like I said, I have not made any builds that require spice of any kind. I'm gonna keep referencing EMB every single episode. EMB talks about his, like, Southern Spice dual rapier build. I don't know what he is. I guess he's using that for maybe Sunlight Blade. Weapon buffs, I guess I kind of get would work, because, yeah, they're based on the element, and they increase that by 30%. But once again, the higher your stat in that, if you've infused, the better off you're going to be because of the scaling. But if it's a quick weapon, something fast, you get those 50 points of damage. That's on that's almost on every weapon buff spell. So there's that, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if this was necessary. Well, I think this is pretty good. Repair powder. I'll say that, like, repair powder definitely is more useful in this game than it's been in any other game, so there's that. Giving, like, items more relevance. It's a shame that repair is so much further down. It's interesting, like, repair as a spell in Dark Souls, for example, is mainly used for bringing back durability to weapons that had special attacks, like dragon weapons. That's something I missed, like non-scaling dragon weapons with special attacks, or the Moonlight Greatsword. And now it's just like, it's more useful just because you go through a long area, you're gonna need to get your stuff back. So, yay, more Twinkling Titanite. I should pick something that goes up the Twinkling Path to upgrade, but I don't know what yet. I keep forgetting that I do so much poison damage. Bring down this side of the bridge. try to be fancy. Just get smacked in the face instead. Go me. We gonna trade? Got him. Okay. No Lucatiel summon sign. That must mean I need to go to Old Bastille to get her dialogue there. Anyways, we'll get the other side of the bridge. Drop down here. You want to be careful to make sure you get a little bit of momentum because you don't want to. You got to mind the gap. I'm going to turn off the furnace. This ends up being the first place you can get a petrified dragon bone, if I am not mistaken. Though there might have been one in Earthen Peak that I'm totally forgetting about. You can bypass the Smelter Demon by just going up through there. Right, okay, we're going all the way around. Then we get to make the jump, which I am not a fan of at all in any form. Not that jump. That jump's fine. That jump is Baby Town Frolics. Also, real shame that this Weehander is so late in here. I miss getting it just like, was it the graveyard? This jump here, you need to be able to run, so two ways to approach it. Say going around this corner, but you basically have to just go at a left angle, so he takes his mark. Got it. Yes. I've not missed that jump yet, but I'm always scared that I will. Hate it, hate it, hate it. I think a lot of players also don't want to take it, which is why they miss out on that dull ember. More of the life water here is notable if you want to walk across hot coals. I want to say it gives you like 60 seconds of immunity from the burning damage there. There are other ways to cross the coals, including using using life gems, using flash sweat. I think high fire resist also does it. I still have not bought Homeward Bones. Need to do that, or put Homeward on my bar or something. But yeah. Woo boy. Let's go do a few different things here. First, I guess we'll round out the episode by going over to Macduff's workshop. And we will cash in that ember. But I need to pick a boss that I can go to and get summoned in.
We've got a wild one here. Shape up. Oh, dear flame, how brightly you.
Yeah, this guy likes his fire.
I smell flame upon you. I'm Macduff.
Takes a while to get through his dialogue.
Hand that ember to me. Right now, you imbecile.
Nice guy.
What a marvelous ember. You've got stones, I pray. Give me stones, and I'll fortify your gear.
So yeah, Macduff in general has a lot of good stuff. You get a Bastard Sword, you get a Uchi-Katana, get another crossbow, Royal Kite Shield. In fact, I'm going to pick this up right now before I forget. A very early 100% damage reduction shield. Has an unlimited amount of heavy bolts. Yes. And is that? Yeah, I believe that is. And those are the prices attached. Has an unlimited amount of large Titanite shards. And will also infuse your stuff. I don't think I actually have any. I have a poison stone, and that's it, and a raw stone. But I need some bolt stones, and those we can get, and we will get in the next episode. But yeah, so that is about the fastest way, at least that I know of unlocking the infusion system. So Now we're getting into like regular ways of doing outros of videos. So we